We are here with Checkers, our resident Shetland, and today we are doing some pole work and a little bit of in-hand work. So I have actually already warmed Checkers up in walk, trot and canter in both directions without the poles to then prepare him. So he was aptly prepared for the poles. This is not the first time Checkers has done pole work. This is just the first time he has done the square. His behaviour has improved immensely and he seems to really enjoy doing the pole work, which is why I like to incorporate it into our training sessions. And it's an easy way to keep changing direction as well if I am quick enough to move with him. I don't mind that he's jumping the poles. I am happy if he's enjoying his work, working in a fairly round frame, soft on the contact, soft on my hands, and not towing me around the arena. So when I'm quick enough, there we go, I can change direction and start to do some like cloverleaf patterns, utilising the square. So with this square setup, can also be used under saddle. And for larger horses, my 17-1 Wombo can use this size square and trot and canter through it, which we did the other day. I just didn't video it, so it wasn't a time limit. But I will do a video of the square under saddle when it dries out. So the same rules apply for long reining. So you need to stay in line with or just behind the shoulder to keep the horse in front of you. Checkers is actually very obedient on the long reins, which is why I find it quite easy to move him around. And as long as I can keep up with him, I can easily get him changing direction. So remembering that you've got to go forward towards the horse and step across behind them to change direction. And then I'm still aiming for him to go over the poles in the middle as much as possible and stay straight going over the poles, but this doesn't always work because I can't keep up with him, basically. I am still not as quick on my feet as I would like to be. Oops, so he's just nipped out of the corner there, but that's all right. He's not actually really bumping any of the poles too much. He's really coming up and over them and placing his feet or jumping them, which is what we want. And again, as I said, we want them to enjoy the work. He is going to be doing lead classes this year, so he does need to be in some sort of work to improve his behaviour. If you refer back to Checkers' first training videos from earlier on this year, you will see that he was very, very naughty and had a very big attitude and a very big opinion and had little interest in listening to what I had to say. So when they're like this, it's a matter of just continuing the work and letting it work itself out. Okay, so now I am going to do some in-hand work with Checkers, and I am going to build up to a trot today. I am determined. So taking the lead off just gives me a little test.
Jenny.
And I did lose him for a moment, which really entertained my videos. But at least he didn't run away from me, which is what...
The poles.
So I did actually do this with the lead on first. You will actually, referring back to previous videos with Checkers as well, you will remember that he did not lead very well and would not trot out with me.
Checkers, trot. Checkers, you know what you're doing.
Thank goodness he's small because that's the limit to my running. I'm going to try and get him to go over the poles. So horses don't just magically lead and step out and follow you. They need to learn and be taught to follow. So I want Checkers to stay next to me, have his head up in line with my hand preferably, and to stay straight next to me, so not be running in across me or running on an angle away from me. He has to stay parallel to me. I'm not going to run weaving all over the place, and I don't want him to weave all over the place. So these are all things that need to be taught. So I find it easier working with them on the ground in the long reins first, in the Kula Lunge, developing that straightness, and then taking that through to the in-hand work, firstly on the lead, and then not on the lead. Obviously in the show ring, I'm not going to be running around not holding a lead, but it is good to test the training by doing some in-hand work at liberty. So he's starting to get the idea of what I want. And he's making transitions easier. He's starting to listen to my voice commands. These are things, again, I teach on the long reins first, to then carry through to our lead work. And we have made progress to off lead. The cheers squad. And we did it, off lead at liberty. So thank you for watching.